Today, we're going to be tackling the question that is happening right now, developing your remote work staff. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't like it. All right. There are some things I'm open to. All right. Before everybody starts lighting up the comments section. Some things I'm open to. I'll hear it out. But I got to agree with some of my clients. I don't like it. I just don't. All right. I mean, so let me ask you two questions. I want us to look at what is inadequate. All right. Inadequate about not being on site with your coworkers. Guys, listen, do we really want this to be the new normal or temporary? And is this stuff working out? We're developing your remote work staff.
Yeah, well, I'm going to actually answer your question with a question.
All right, let's do
which is, are you excited about your next Zoom birthday party, Zoom happy hour, Zoom funeral, Zoom baby shower, Zoom wedding? How does that all sit with you?
How's that feel? No, I don't like it. How about a Zoom divorce? I mean, maybe I can do that. But am I looking forward to that? No. But Ann, we're talking about the workplace. Let me be devil's advocate here. All right.
Okay.
We're talking about the workforce, but you just gave examples of more on a personal basis.
Right.
Birthday parties, weddings, so on and so forth.
Yep.
Is it really that much of a difference? I mean, are we doing apples to apples here?
Yep. You know what? You raise a good point, and I would ask this: are you only a human being when you attend birthdays and happy hours, etc., or are you also a human being when you are working? And so, how would you answer that? And then I'm just going to back it up with some conversation around the way we're wired and why we can't ignore it.
All right. Well, I wasn't expecting facts. Damn it. No. We're people. Obviously, we're a little bit different at work than at home, and obviously, vice versa.
Yes.
Right? So, yes, we're human beings in both settings. Personality may be slightly different, but we're human beings in both settings. Give me some facts. Give me some.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. So one of the mindsets that I put a heavy amount of consideration to is what I call our ancestral DNA. What I mean by that is there are some things that are sort of baked into us for thousands and thousands of years. And there's a tremendous amount of brain chemistry that goes into those ancient DNA principles. I'll give you a perfect example of one, because this one would be that one that listeners would be very, very familiar with. And that is the idea that our DNA was meant to feast or famine. So if we found an opportunity to eat a large number of calories, we did that because our bodies knew that, down the road, we may not have that. Unfortunately, and you may have heard people talk about this, in conversation or in the news or in just the literature, that if you go by those impulses of our ancestral DNA, you'll eat whenever you see food, and we see food all the time, you see. So, and that can cause a great deal of either health problems if you overeat, or potentially anxiety if you are trying to not eat. My point being, anytime you have your ancestral DNA trying to operate in the modern world and it's not getting much of a match, that is a source of potential stress. And it's an insidious sort of stress. So you may not even know it's getting to you, but it does, because we have certain principles, such as being wired to connect physically in the same space. That's why I ask you, why is a Zoom birthday party not as good as one in person?
Right.
You're still seeing the faces, et cetera, but what's missing?
I like that. I like that point. And I had talking with a couple of other my clients and you as well on this subject, and we came up with this, I guess you'd call it, example, for lack of a better term, with a Zoom integrate. And nothing, by the way, nothing against the company Zoom. I mean, they've provided a fantastic service. I'm not bashing Zoom.
No.
I mean, but all of these platforms.
Yep.
And how we're now utilizing them, because I think that we talked, Ann, and you said that you brought up the point, we were forced into this. This was a reactionary.
Yep.
These platforms, but missing the energy of being in the same room with someone, because with a lot of these platform virtual calls, if you will, our world is what we see in that box of that other person, not the conference room, not ducking my head into your office or the break room, so on and so forth.
That's correct.
So as we're doing this visual, podcast remotely.
Yes, exactly.
If you were to bend down and pick something up in the middle of my sentence, I'm wondering, where the heck did she go?
Right. So exactly.
If we're having a team meeting and someone bends down to pick something up, already we're kind of lacking at least with me, lacking in that, being in the same room, that energy, that immediate response. You bend down to pick something up, and it could be a pen that you dropped, or it could be, a donut. I have no clue. My world in interacting with you and everyone else is this little box as big as my computer screen.
Right. It's absent of some of those other cues about what's actually going on. And so it can be distracting. I can also add that if you're just doing these remote calls and there is the possibility that you could have your phone right in front of you and you're doing whatever, your face is in the box, so it looks like you're engaged, but you may not be engaged because there's nothing that will create that cohesiveness of we're all in this room, we're all having this conversation, et cetera. So it's unnatural, as I guess the best way I can put it. It's unnatural. And so because it's unnatural, it is inherently somewhat stressful. And I will go on record as saying, absolutely, it's nothing against any platform. It's nothing against remote work. I think we can do some work remotely, but to swing the pendulum completely to the other side in the absence of any in-person activity is where I think we're going to start to see some real major league stress.
Well, thanks for watching that last segment. So how can Temple Executive Coaching help you? Well, there's basically 4 ways. 1, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we put out a new video. Number 2, we help you to create an effective strategy to help answer the most important strategic questions to give your organization an edge over your competition in your market. Number 3, we help to develop your leadership pipeline's mental fitness and their self-awareness so that they can execute on their most important objectives. And last, we help to strengthen your cash flow management and your financial position. Now, to learn more, set up an appointment. Email us at info@templeexecutivecoaching.com.